obviously, one of the big topics in the last week has been Coach Herman moving on to Houston. I know this is going to take in stuff that happens even after this game or after the season's over, but just some of your thoughts, I guess, about him leaving, the impact he's had here, the transition you guys are going to have maybe after he's gone.
Well, first of all, Tom did a tremendous job here of overseeing the offense as the offensive coordinator, play caller, developing our quarterbacks, and just trying to put Coach Urban Meyer's system into a no-huddle, which some of us, we've all had a piece of that, but Tom oversaw it and did a great job. So we're really excited for him and wish him and his family the best at the University of Houston. He'll do a great job there, and he'll have a bright future. As far as moving forward through this game, I mean, he's working with us full-time, and we're going to all keep our roles as is through the game, and then after the game, then we'll let Coach Meyer decide how the future unfolds. But really our focus is just how to get this team ready to play Alabama.
And how much interest would you have in becoming the offensive coordinator?
I'm just interested right now in focusing on how we beat Alabama and what's best in that scenario.
Hey, Ed,
I'm not popular.
put that on. Hit the red button. Speaking of Cardell.
Speaking of Cardell, yeah.
How was, from when you first got here and first met him to where he is now, could you kind of, how far has he come?
Oh, Cardell's come a long way in terms of the first time I watched him practice and throw the ball till where he's at now. I mean, tremendous development. So again, credit to him and his coach for the way he's developed his technique, and he's also matured a lot within the program and just matured as a man. Better work habits, more attention to detail. So a lot of talent. He's one of those guys that has a ton of talent and a high ceiling. So he's played well in his first outing, and he's really continued to develop that here in practice as we're getting ready for Alabama.
Ed, I think working with a ton of different coaches and is about learning from each other and whatnot. I mean, how much do you think that you and Tom have kind of bounced ideas off each other? How much have you learned from him and vice versa? And just like what, if you can reflect on your time working with him, what has that meant to you personally?
Well, it's one of the great things when I came to Ohio State getting to work with Tom. He and I became friends in the spring of 2008. We had met before as acquaintances in college football. We spent a lot of time together talking football in the spring of 2008. As at that point in time, we were both running our own offenses at different schools, and we compared notes, ideas, and we have a lot of common bonds in terms of what we believe football-wise. So the opportunity to come here and work with Coach Meyer and to be a part of this offensive staff with Tom was really, it's been good. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from Coach Meyer. I've learned a lot from Tom. I think we've all shared ideas because we've all had success at other places, and we brought that all together in a common goal of running Coach Meyer's offense and put it to pretty good success so far.
What brought you guys together in 08?
Just Tom's really good at reaching out to people and trying to talk football. I was the offensive coordinator at Kansas. We went 12-1, won the Orange Bowl. We were pretty hot. We were number 1 in the country in scoring, or number 2, I think. We were ranked number 2 at one time in the country that season. He wanted to share some ideas about no-huddle spread and see what we were doing, and we shared ideas what they were doing at Rice, and I shared ideas what we did at Kansas. And from there, we went on and we coached against each other at Iowa State and Kansas. He was at Iowa State when I was at Kansas, so we knew each other and competed against each other and shared ideas throughout our career, and then we got a chance to work together. It's been pretty magical for us.
The challenge of taking on this Alabama defense. I know there's still a couple weeks to prepare, but what jumps out at you as you watch the tape?
Well, for me, I mean, my college coaching career started working for Nick Saban. So I was Nick Saban's GA for 2 years at Michigan State as a defensive GA. So I learned my first experience at big-time football was working for him, and understand how good he is as a defensive coach, how detailed he is, how well prepared his team will be. So he's continued on that career path and has done a great job. I mean, he's had tremendous defenses. They have another tremendous defense. Their rush defense is outstanding. I mean, one of the things that's our offense is built on is being able to run the football, so that's going to be a challenge. They have recruited really good personnel. They're well coached. They're very sound in how they approach you, and they know how to defense people. And so we've got a challenge. We've got to do a good job of trying to be one step ahead of them, trying to out-execute them, trying to do a better job with our players than their players and our coaches than their coaches. And that's a challenge because they're really good.
Any memories that stick out from working for Nick?